Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Beyond Code, the podcast where we talk about all things tech and beyond. I'm Uduakobong, your host. Joining me on this episode today is someone whose story will leave you motivated. She's also a student of Obafemi Awolowo University, and she's also from the best department on this campus. I'd have to say a lot about that. She's the community lead for She Could Africa OAU, WAP OAU, and she is also the recipient of WOW Foundation Scholarship 2023. She also won the award for the best chapter lead of She Could Africa in the whole of the chapters in She Could Africa. Yes, she's a woman that wants to bridge the gap between digital literacy in Nigeria among young people, and she's currently starting with Ife. So please join me as I welcome Precious Okafor to Beyond Code. Hi Precious.
Hi,
welcome to Beyond Code.
Thank you so much. So first, I have to say it was the best campus lead because we have city chapters and campus chapters. So yeah, that was in 2023.
So she was the best campus lead in 2023.
And you know, our department is now a faculty.
Exactly.
So
like you guys need to know that our department is computer science and engineering. Now we are now faculty of computing science
and engineering. Yes.
Like 1 minute, please just clap for us. 1, 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're meeting for the first time. Let's say we're meeting for the first time. I don't know Precious, guys. I don't know her. So tell me about what inspired your journey into tech, any turning points, just.
Okay, let's see. So my first experience when it came to tech would be as a child. I think I was a teenager or so, and then it was a summer break. My dad took us. He was like, "Oh, you should go and learn how to press computer." And there was this guy who does this. You know, this what are they called? The printing shops and everything with it. Thank you very much. So there were like 5 of us, and we'd go there, and a bunch of us would just stay, would play Zuma for like a while. And I mean, sometimes we learn how to type and all of that. But as everybody was leaving towards the end of the summer break, I stayed behind because the place was close to my shop. So after school, I'll go there. At some point, the guy who runs the place was giving me jobs to type. Then after secondary school, I thought of what to do. And I said, oh, let's do something in computer engineering. Mind you, I have absolutely no idea what computer engineering is all about, what the main thing it entails. I just like the fact that it is computer, and God, I used to love all those sci-fi hacking movies. So I get into OAU, and the first thing I do when I get into OAU is to contest for the class rep, and I win. And that's how one boy like that just came up one day. I was saying in the class group, our class rep has to be somebody who knows how to code. I don't know what coding is. I was just hearing it for the first time. I literally had no idea what it was. Thank God for small messes. I don't even know if this is a messy or so, but COVID
break.
COVID happened. I went home. I have this friend. I texted him. I was like, by the way, big shout out to Kendrick. So I texted Kendrick and I was like, hey, what's up? I need to learn how to code. I need to know this thing. I was like, oh, you need a laptop. But first, there's this. He introduced me to Code Academy, and Code Academy had this free stuff going on. So he introduced me, but I couldn't use it because it was a PC only kind of website. But I was using SoloLearn. I scrapped together my savings and I bought my first laptop. A 40k laptop. I would never forget. It was a Lenovo Pentium, and it had 326 gig RAM. Sorry, 336 gig RAM and a 2 gig RAM. I was tinkering around one day, and then I discovered that probably the previous owner had installed a 256 gig SSD on it, and the person who sold it to me probably did not know it was there. Somehow I was able to activate it, and I used that laptop so I first started with web development and Code Academy. Yes, the rest of them. I moved from there. I tried a bit of Python. I liked it. Then from there, I did a bit of backend. I did. Oh yeah, my front end journey. One of the most vital parts of my front end journey was with IG Hub. Was an internship. We are still at home. It was like 6 months. We were building stuff. It was like a bunch of us. We were just building stuff. We learned. We had mentors. It was really amazing. And then after that, Zuri came up. And when Zuri came up, I was like, oh, let's do backend. Okay. So I did backend. It was fun. I was liking it. I did Django. I was liking it. I had a tax one day. Then I had a bug. And that bug was so bad that I stayed up for like 24 hours. I could not figure out how to fix it. 5 a.m. No, this was like 2 a.m. I was tired. I was hungry. I had not eaten. So I said, okay, let me go to the kitchen and make something. By 2 a.m. I got to the kitchen.
Are you standing up from your bed or from the system?
I was literally getting up from the system from the first time. Way before the first time that day. And I go to the kitchen and I make noodles at 2 a.m. I eat. I said, okay, let me sleep. You know that thing where they say that you see solutions come to you when you sleep?
When you sleep, when your head is calm.
My head was laying on the bed. I had not slept. 3 a.m. something came to my mind. Check. Did you forget to add semicolon in certain places? Apparently, what kept me up for that entire time was a semicolon.
Why is everybody, most people, like when they are in the end of their journey, why is a semicolon always their problem? Like, it's very annoying that the problem, like, you are building a very good solution, a very good product, and the thing that is keeping you is that semicolon. How did you feel when you see it?
I was just scanning through my lines of code, and that was when I saw it. Anyways, once I was done with that project, I said, okay, we need to do something else. I can't be staying up all night. Then I had this friend who would always tell me, Precious, you're naturally good at project management. Why don't you try it? So I decided to try it, like he said. I mean, these were already skills I had. I had like some skills that were transferable to project management. So I started taking courses on it. I took the Google Project Management course. I also participated in some master classes as well. And that went well. You know, I started doing like a bit more things in tech, communities, volunteering, and all of that was going fine and good. I did that until like ending of 2023. And I told myself, okay, you know what? Let's do a bit of the technical parts again. I mean, we've done non-tech for a while. Let's do technical again. And I thought, what's the one thing that people are not like into that much? What is the one thing that people consider difficult? Because I like challenges. And what's the one thing that I think I'm very interested in? I searched. Data engineering came out, and that is what I've been exploring this year.
Nice. So one thing I like about your journey is the fact that you've worn many hats, like from front end, back end, project manager, data engineering, community lead, and so on. Like, what's one thing that like stood out for you from all this your journey?
So the one thing I got to learn from everything is there is nothing you learn that is a waste. I got to discover through my many I don't know, I have a friend who calls me Pikachu. Because it's like, you could ask me today, oh, what do you do? I'm doing one thing, and the next day I'm doing something else. So now I call it Tech Explorer, because I mean, it's exploring.
So that's Precious the Tech Explorer.
So the one thing that I've discovered that has always been transferable from everything has been skills, like the soft skills. It's always, you could literally, what you learn here, you can use it here, you can use it here. It transfers. It's literally one of the best things you can have.
Yeah, so just like, let's say it's not just the technical skills, like you learn front end. I used to using HTML, CSS too. But what skill, like when you were in that your journey of learning front end and back end, what skill did you learn that you're still using right now while you're exploring the data engineering?
So one thing about like the front end and back end is there's a way you need to look at the problem, and then you need to figure out, oh, how do I make this? How do I solve this first? Then how do I make it better? So that is something that I've discovered applies in every single career path that I have explored so far. There's always that element of, oh, there's a problem to be solved. That's always the first thing there. And
So like problem solving and critical thinking.
Exactly.
That is now applied in. So for people there are people currently they're in tech. Let's say they are currently in let's say front end dev. They're in a field right now, and they feel like the field is not for them, but then they still want to keep going, and maybe there's light at the end of the tunnel that let them just don't divert. And if they are diverted, they'll be like, what if people say I'm going to different places too much? What if people say, you've given up? Yeah, that is the word, you've given up. Yeah, what can you say on that?
Almost every single successful tech person I know, at least the ones I know, has tried more than 3 different things. I think there was a time Ada of SCA, the founder of SCA, there was a time she did a video. It was a very funny TikTok video of all the career paths she has tried.
Oh wow.
And how she kept, like, there were some that worked and there were some that did not work out. You're young, we're all young, and the point is you need to keep testing things out to know which one would work, to know which one you would enjoy doing, to know which one you would just keep, exactly, to know which one you keep on doing.
Do for that. Are you the type of person that can sit down 24 hours in front of a system and look for a semicolon?
You are not, leave it.
Because I want to take the semicolon and just like break it. Like what is where you sit?
If you know you love design, you know you love colors and everything, but explore things in that line. You know, the point is just explore, keep exploring. Eventually you'll find something that works.
Talking about soft skills in 2025, what top 5 soft skills do you think we'll need as a techies in the tech community or in tech world?
Okay, so I would say just in 2025, I think these skills are timeless. They have been used way before tech became a thing, and they are still very much relevant right now. The baba of them all is communication. If you are a good communicator, you can literally do anything.
I also think communication is a two-way thing too. It's very good, but it's not just on you that is learning or you that is applying for the role. Both the employee and the employer, they should be good communicators, because some employers can stress you.
That's true.
Like sometimes they don't even know how to communicate, and I'll be like, you guys asked if I know how to communicate. Like, when you expect me to come and teach you, I want to feel like, am I talking too much? Am I explaining too much? Am I talk to me? Let me know how you're feeling.
Let me understand what's going on.
But I agree, communication is like number one.
Yeah, communication is really, really important. I think in any role, this is not just tech. In any role at all, any industry, across any industry, communication is the number one thing we need to have. Then we have teamwork, collaboration. Collaboration is very important, because obviously we are social animals and we have to work with people. Always, even the person who does remote work, you still have stand-up meetings, you still work with people.
I need different characters that can
you.
annoy you. Maybe you are looking for a semicolon and then someone is there that know that you've not slept throughout the night, and just come and.
So you need to be able to work well with people. And then there is adaptability. Obviously, the tech world is ever changing. That's the one thing. I mean, they were using Fortran some years ago. And now we're using Python, Rust, JavaScript, and the rest of them. So you need to be able to, like, if something new comes up, if your organization changes to a new skill, a new technology, a new language, a new tool, you need to be able to keep it fast.
I think on that, I would say you should learn the basics. If you know the basics, it will be very easy for you to adapt to the new technology. But if you just come in as a front-end developer, you just want to learn React alone, you just be like,
no.
Once they are moving to Rust now, or maybe to any other Next.js, you'll be like, you have to, like, you might join, but it might not be easy for you to know because you don't even know JavaScript or something.
You need to, once you know the basics, once you know the structure, understand how everything works, all that changes in any programming language actually see that. The way it's arranged and all of it, but the core problem solving aspect of it is always the same thing. You always see modularity and all of that stuff. Then I think one of the most important one is problem solving. Like, I sometimes I don't call it just problem solving, I call it creative problem solving, which basically is looking for the most efficient way to solve the problem.
So the question was,
how do
you manage this?
Okay, so I won't lie if I say I've found an effective way to balance it. At one point or the other, something is always suffering. I mean, there's school.
Has school ever suffered?
Oh yes, school has suffered a lot of times. School has suffered. In part 2, my GPA was tanking in part 2. I think I even went down to like a 4.2 something, and I had to figure out a way to. Then I called myself a part-time student, so it made sense that it was tanking because my focus was on other things. But now I think I figured out a way where I'm giving more time to school. I'm doing assignments, attending classes. I mean, there are times when you can't actually miss the class because the lecturer knows your face. That's classroom. Where is your classroom? Anyways, so I have not found like an effective way to manage everything altogether, but somehow it still works. I just need to know when to prioritize what, and there are times where I miss certain deadlines. So that's where communication now comes in again. I need to be able to tell the people I'm working with at certain points in time that, oh, I'm sorry, I might not be able to meet this. And I need to say that on time. That's always one of my problems, being able to communicate effectively on time. Because that on time is really, really important. It's one of the things I got to learn and start improving on for the bootcamp. So I was in the bootcamp, data engineering bootcamp, data epic. By the way, that's open. If you want, you can register. So one of the things the mentors kept on pointing out, and one of the things I think I've improved on so far, is being able to communicate effectively and on time. So it's not that when the deadline is, let's say you had a week to work on a project and you knew, like, maybe say 3 days ahead that you might not be able to make it on time. Even though you might be able to, but there is that possibility you might not make it on time. It is best that at the moment you know, communicate to the person that, hi, I'm sorry, I might not be able to make this on time. This is why. So I would need an extension of so periods. Once you're able to, and say it on time, so that if the person needs to make like other plans, the person can make other plans to find a way to work around it. So that has helped, being able to communicate and also being able to prioritize things. Like during exam periods, obviously school takes priority. During exams, tests, school takes priority. During the break, I focus on building myself up, on working as well and stuff like that.
Nice. So I just want to do like a quick, like a fun part. I'm going to give you like some scenarios, and you're going to tell us what soft skills you think will be good for this kind of scenario.
Okay.
So the first one, you are presenting a project to a room full of senior engineers, and they keep interrupting with tough questions. So out of the 5, which one do you think?
They keep interrupting with tough questions.
Like they're not allowing you to finish. Or make a point. And they are senior engineers.
You can't exactly tell them, excuse me, let me finish. So let's see. At this point, I think problem solving comes in here because it's a problem. They keep interrupting. So you need to think, okay, how do we solve this problem? What do we do? Is it that they don't want to listen? So you might need to figure out what's the question that they keep asking. Is there a way you can just answer that and let it just stay there? So you need problem solving, and you also need
Communication skill.
Communication.
The way you
When it
can
comes to
communicate it.
You need to be able to, whatever it is that they are saying, you need to be able to break it down.
When they ask the question, you say, is that you can communicate? Okay, I'll answer that at the end.
Thank you.
Just continue or something
like that. You need to be able to keep it polite. I mean, they are your seniors. if you recommend me, they sack you. So you need to be able to keep it polite and also communicate.
Okay, so your team just introduced a new tool for project management and you are struggling to keep up with the changes. How will you, so what soft skill do you need to?
Communication is the first thing. So I will go to the person who introduced the skill, who introduced the new tool, and I'll tell them, oh, I have this issue with this new tool, and if I need help working through it, teamwork also comes in. Okay, maybe I'm not so good at this. Maybe there are tasks that is attached to that. I would have to get somebody. Maybe we can find a way to split and work together on it.
You can give you a course.
Yes.
Your team leader can be good and say, okay, let's organize a class for everybody.
Thank you. Something like that. Adaptability also comes in because now I have to figure out ways to learn
fast.
To learn it as fast as is needed. So there's communicating the issue I have. There's teamwork, being able to work with other people on it. You know, also learning from them as well while that whole entire working process is, and then there's adaptability.
Okay. The last one. A team member is upset because their suggestions weren't considered for a project.
Hot feelings. Okay, so we need to figure out a way to make them happy, Abby.
Or maybe tell the person.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So is that the end of the question?
Yeah, like a team member is upset because their suggestions weren't considered for a project.
Okay.
So maybe let's put it out. Maybe you guys brought to listen, and his own was not considered, and yours was considered, and the two of you have to work on your own together.
So this is the point where communication is the most. Communication keeps coming up
because it's the most important.
Because it's the most important. So this is the point where communication really plays a very big role.
Yeah.
You need to be able to communicate exactly why was your project chosen and why was this person's project, or why was this person's idea not implemented. Maybe it was budget constraints, maybe it was lack of resources, maybe something happened. All of these are details you might need to sit down and talk to this person about.
You have to do it in a way that you're not like proud.
Thank you.
You are like bossing over the person. And I think maybe teamwork too.
Teamwork also plays in, because then you need to be able to break down what your idea is so that they feel like they are a part of it. In fact, I find sometimes that rejected suggestions sometimes can be implemented in the suggestions that have been taken. Maybe there is an element of his own plan that can also function
adapted to the
exactly. So this is where teamwork and communication is very important for scenarios like this.
Because if your team member doesn't want to work with you on a project, you might think, it's my idea. You
need the best.
You guys still have to work on it together. Yeah. So if you have any, you're facing an issue in your workplace and you don't know what soft skill or what you can do, you can just put it in the comment section. Just paint it like a scenario in the comment section, and then we're going to give you answers to it. So in this new year, you can start your year solving problems, communicating well, and also being a good team member. So thank you so much, Precious, for this wonderful and inspiring episode, talk, and everything. It was very, very nice. So do you have any one word to tell the viewers who are watching?
As a tech explorer that I am, I would tell you to keep exploring. New technologies are coming up, new skill sets are going to be required. Don't get stuck in one place. Learn different things. And if you can, learn project management. It is a skill that, apart from being a career, it is also a skill that everybody needs, no matter what career path you are in. Even as a normal human being living your life, you need to know how to manage projects. You need to know how to manage your life as a project. So I can do that.
Thank you. Thank you guys. Shout out to our panel. Hi guys,
Okay.
keep watching Beyond Code, something like that.
Okay, so hi guys, keep watching Beyond Code.
No, not that.
It's too.
I gave it to you.
Okay.
From
Hi
the heart.
guys, this is Precious Okafo, and I would say keep watching Beyond Code.
Okay, that's better. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to someone you think will need it. Bye.
Bye.